all these different things?
Definitely. I think just having that year off just kind of made me just appreciate just being around the guys more, being in the Woody more, just around this atmosphere. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing.
Physically, how are you? I'm assuming you're 100%, or you?
Oh, I'm ready to go, 100%. I'm full speed.
What's that like for any great player when you go through that, right? When you have a serious injury and it's taken away and you have to go through all the rehab, does it change how you see football at all, or how you see yourself?
It definitely does. It's more what kind of makes or breaks you. Like me, I think my biggest takeaway from that is just having the right people around me, right support system, keeping me on top of my game, staying focused, knowing my end goal and what I want to get to.
How was that transition of, learning a new defense, but also still trying to get back up to speed with where you were prior to the injury? How has that kind of been,
It's definitely challenging at times, but like I said, if it's something you love, something you really want to do, then you're going to do all you need to do to buckle down and get to where you want to go.
What was it like last year, knowing the void you could have filled, what you expected to do, and seeing the way they struggled in the back end last year? What was it like watching?
I say it was hard. It was definitely hard for me because I just wanted to be out there with the guys, and I felt like just me being an older guy and us not having a lot of older guys on the team last year, a lot of guys with experience, I feel like that would have helped a lot and came a long way just being out there with them.
So when you were watching the games on TV or even on the sidelines, were you like wanting to throw stuff at the TV? What was it like?
I mean, there were moments, but it's emotion in the game, but other than that, I just want the best for the young guys coming after me, because that's what Jay Ford did with me. When I first got here, he was just looking after me, making sure I was ready to go, making sure he helped me through what I need to do to improve my game. So that's all I want to do for them.
For any young player here, talking about that, how important is that older guy when you get here who maybe takes you under his wing or shows you the ropes or that kind of thing? What does that do for a young player?
This is very important. Like I said, I had Jordan Fuller, and he was an excellent big brother. Just how he detailed the game, how he locked in the meeting room, watching film, all that. And I try to help young guys with that now, because now I think of it now. I'm in that position. Yeah, it kind of happened fast, but I just try to stay on those guys and try to help them through that transition through high school to college, dealing with classes, professors, tutoring, like the hectic schedule. So.
Yeah. We're not trying to ask for you to give away the secrets of this defense or anything, but Coach Knowles has called this a safety-driven defense. We know how important the safeties are in this. Can you give us some sense of what you're doing pre-snap, what you're thinking, what you're looking at? No secrets, but just what's it like processing for you?
It's a little bit of everything, honestly. Like you said, it's a safety-driven defense, so you have to have smart players back there, little guys that can do a little bit of everything. You never know what we're going to do. It's a lot of moving around, a lot of different parts, so it just takes a smart player to be back there.
Like, how connected are you and Ronnie in that situation? That yes, you've got to be smart individually, but right, the defense is talking, you're figuring stuff out together. Like, what is it like for the two of you guys back there?
I love it. It's a lot of chemistry. Us being the older guys, we played together before, and even just these last 2 weeks in camp, us just gelling together and just getting that chemistry, and it's pretty good.
Josh, are you nervous, excited? It's been a year since you've been back in a game.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm more anxious than anything.
Do you feel like, I know how excited you were about the progress you were making in camp last year and what that year was going to be like. Do you feel like you're at that same point now? Are you beyond that? Better than what you were anticipating a year ago?
I'll put that on. I haven't really looked too much into that, but I'd say just my mental focus is a lot different. Even from last year, I thought I was ready to go, but mentally I'm stronger. Like, I feel like I've learned a lot more. I can see different things. So
yeah, how can you tell?
Just diagnosing plays, reading plays, just different parts. Like usually you first get here as a DB, you probably just stare down the receiver or something. So now it's just like reading quarterback, reading the O-line. There's little different keys to take away.
What impact do you think you can have?
I feel like I can beat that energetic, kind of that dog competitiveness. It's come out, just that grit and grind in the back end. So
You want to.
Last question.
I know you want to do everything well, right? But when you're a safety, right, you want to be a playmaker and make big hits and break plays up. But you also, right, have the responsibility of make sure we're the back line of the defense. Jordan Fuller was the eraser. Make sure if anything goes wrong, you take care of the mistake. What's just the balance of that? Of like, I want to be aggressive and I want to make plays, but I also want to make sure I don't give up anything.
It's just finding the balance. Honestly, you have to know your position. You have to know your role. Each and every play, what your assignment is. Don't try to do too much. Just be in the right place at the right time, and the plays come to you.
And your role in this defense, how would you describe how you feel play to play with everything that they're asking you to do?
I feel very comfortable. Like I said, it's just getting in the study book, getting in the playbook, the film room, and just learning to dissect each and every part of what I need to do to help me have the biggest takeaway.
Is there any part of you that is able to see what happened last year as a blessing in disguise?
Oh yeah, like I said, when we met before, I got that question. I told you guys, like, I maybe feel like God was telling me I wasn't ready, and I had to step back and I had to look at football and life through a different lens, just learn and grow.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
So basically, after I went down with that first injury, I tried to, with the shoulder, Minnesota, I tried to play through it. I knew my shoulder was messed up, and then the Oregon game is when I hurt my leg. So talking to my parents, and I was just asking them, like, why? Like, I don't know why this happened to me. And their biggest thing was, you don't know why it happened. And maybe God was saving you for something different, something bigger. And I think that was my biggest takeaway and what really got me set on, okay, I need to work and get my way back to where I want to be, because maybe I can grow as off the field as a better leader to the older guys, and on the field just a better player overall.
So you had surgery on your leg and your shoulder?
Yeah.
Both at the same time? Or?
I actually had messed up my shoulder, like I said, the week before, and I ended up having surgery as soon as I started walking on my shoulder. So as soon as I started walking on my leg, I had surgery on my shoulder.
Was it labor?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Josh.